I'm at Sovereign Hill right now, and this is an open air museum that's dedicated to showing the city of Ballarat at the time of 1850s. Now, the city of Ballarat experienced a gold rush in the 1850s, meaning this place, gold was found near this place, and thousands of people from all over the world rushed into this place to find this gold. So at first, gold was found near this river that you can see in the back here, but as time went on, all the gold near the river was mined out. So the miners actually had to dig a little deeper to get the gold. You can still find some gold in the river. Visitors at the museum can take a pan and can pan for the gold themselves near the banks of the river. Okay, then we have a little bit of gold right here at the bottom of the bottle. But after a few years, the amount of gold that was available at the river dwindled, and gradually it was not profitable to extract gold from the river anymore. But that's when the Californian miners came here and they built structures like this, which allowed them to mine about a kilometer deep underground, and that increased the gold production of the Ballarat once more. But after a few years of underground mining, the gold supply underground also began to dwindle, and finally in the 1860s, the gold rush to the Ballarat gradually fell and eventually stopped. But mining the gold ore is only half the problem, because now you need to take the gold and remove all the impurities from the gold ore. The most popular way to do this is using cyanide. Cyanide can form complexes with gold, and this results in a soluble compound. So you can put cyanide and the gold will solubilize and wash out of the ore, and you can purify the gold from the cyanide solution. But as you can guess, cyanide is poisonous, so it's a major biohazard in gold mining facilities. So extracting metals like gold from their ores is a really lengthy and really expensive process. But there's a new method known as biomining, which can be used to extract metals from their ores. And in this method, we can use bacteria to extract these metals like gold from their ores, and that's much more eco-friendly than this method. Let's take a closer look. Pure gold is rare. Most of the gold is trapped inside minerals like pyrite, FeS2, or arsenopyrite. Now, cyanide can only attack and solubilize the gold particles if they are exposed, but most of the times the gold will be surrounded by these impurities. So we need a way to get these impurities out, and that's when the bacteria comes into play. The bacteria are sulfur oxidizing bacteria, meaning that, as like the name suggests, they oxidize sulfur. So they break down the FeS2 into Fe3 plus and SO4 2 minus. The end result is that the sulfide and the arsenic shell that is around the gold is destroyed, and now the cyanide can form complexes with the gold and can leach out the gold from the ore. The main bacteria that does this are bacteria like Acidithiobacillus peroxidans and related bacteria. Now these bacteria are acidophils, meaning that they thrive in acidic conditions. You might think, why are the bacteria doing this? And that's because they are kind of organisms known as chemolithoautotrophs. Autotrophs meaning that they don't need to depend on other organisms for their food, like we depend on plants. They make their own energy-rich compounds. And the next, chemo, meaning that they get their energy from chemical reactions using minerals that are present in the rocks. They mostly oxidize minerals like iron or sulfur compounds to get the energy that they need to live. Biomining has a lot of advantages. The main advantage is that it's much more environmentally friendly instead of the regular mining methods that we are using right now. And secondly, they are much less costlier than the mining methods that are currently used. The next advantage is that right now, when we are using the traditional methods to purify the gold ore, a lot of mining waste is left after the purification. There is still a lot of gold that is present in the mining waste, but there is no way to get them using the traditional purification methods. But biomining gives us a way to extract these golds from the ore, and thereby we can minimize the number of waste that's left after purification methods. Now you might think that after hearing all of this, biomining is some sort of thing that's only happening in the future. But biomining is happening right now. Almost 1/4, 25% of the copper and almost 30% of the gold is being extracted right now by using biomining or some other related method. The miners at the gold rush melted, roasted, and then used cyanide and mercury to extract the metals from their ores against the nature. But right now, we are working how to extract these metals by working with the nature. While miners at the gold rush used steam and fire to extract these metals, there might be a future where the miners might not be even humans at all. They might be bacteria. Thanks for watching.